of the edge right now at the left guard position. He lined up alongside Cunningham last year a lot. Now, Ricky Stromberg is not practicing right now due to a little bit of an MCL injury, according to Thomas Murphy of the Arkansas Democratic Gazette. But he's got a fantastic frame at 6'4", 310. He's so strong that he's able to be an elite pass blocker, great run blocker. If he can stay healthy, he should be a core part of this team and should be an NFL draft pick next year for the Hogs. At right guard, you got Tai Clary. He's the backup center, so he's taking those center reps right now. 6'4", 300. He had 7 out of 8 starts last year. Like I said, he switched from right guard to center a lot last year. And if you remember his snap under especially Chad Morris and Dustin Fry, who's the offensive line coach at the time, was pretty slow, and it really wasn't that good. But from what I've heard, it's getting a lot better, quicker, faster, just really at a Sam Pittman type level, who is probably the best offensive line coach in the game. No, not probably. He is the best offensive line coach in the game. Tai Clary points out as a very clean blocker. He doesn't get a lot of penalties at all, and he was the highest rated run blocker on last year's team. Behind him at right guard is Bo Limmer, so if Clary moves over to center to take over for Stromberg, Limmer will take over right guard duties. He had 5 starts last year in situations like that. At right tackle, you have Dalton Wagner, the biggest offensive lineman on this team who starts. He's 6'8" and a half at 317. Huge size. He had 5 starts last season. He's a highly rated pass and run blocker, according to Pro Football Focus. Behind him at right tackle, you got Tykeist Crawford. He's getting into better shape. He kind of struggled in the spring ball because he wasn't in the best shape, but obviously he transferred from Charlotte, a former 4-star recruit, and he's really been able to get into shape and just keep on improving every single day. Likely going to be one of the top backup offensive linemen, assuming he gets those reps he needs in practice, which he has been doing. To round it out for the offensive linemen, you got Shane Clennon, Terry Wells, Dylan Rafiq, Austin Nix, Jalen St. John, Ryan Wink, who will be a top backup because he's a very experienced junior. And then you get Carson Cole and Devin Manuel. Now that's it for offensive line, tight end, and wide receiver previews. Not really much else to talk about on today's episode, but on Thursday, I'll be previewing the defensive line and linebacker cores. I appreciate everybody who's supporting the show, whether it be just scrolling through Twitter, listening to the show, whatever it is. Very appreciative from myself. You can find all ways to listen at allhogsports.com, share with your friends, leave a 5-star review, and follow the social medias at allhogsportspod, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. You name it, man. But, signing off, Woo Pig.
That's all for today's episode of All Hog Sports with Sam Stimpson. Make sure to stay tuned for the next episode covering all Arkansas Razorback sports. If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe and leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. Follow us on social media too. On Twitter and Instagram at All Hog Sports Pod. Like on Facebook at All Hog Sports and Arkansas Razorbacks Podcast. And on YouTube at that same name. All ways to listen and our social media links are at linktr.ee/allhogsports. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode. Go Hogs!